James, a 4-1 win to round off the season, that's a good way to end it.
Yeah, we said with obviously weeks to go that we wanted to finish strong. You know, obviously when you get put in that bracket of teams that have nothing to play for as such, you as professionals, it's not like that. You want to finish strong, you want to win every game. There's so much at stake every game you play in the Premier League, and we wanted to finish strong, you know. And obviously the last game being at home with our supporters who have followed us all around Europe this year, it's always nice to put on a bit of a show and score. I think 4 goals today, wasn't it? Yeah. So really happy to finish on a high, finish with 3 points, and finish with goals for the fans who have been brilliant for us all season.
You got the first goal, and it just seemed to spark that second half into life. Probably one you wouldn't miss.
Yeah. I mean, I still had to concentrate. It's a bit bouncy, but if I'm missing them, I probably shouldn't be on the pitch. No, you just got to get in the areas, you know. I was obviously playing off the right today. Wanted to saw Vardy was through after a bit of a mistake, but the defender made a bit of a hash of the ball. And sometimes them rebounds are just as good a feeling as the 30-yarders. So and yeah, kicked us into life a bit in the second half, and then we went on from there.
Your best goal-scoring season, Player of the Year, the assists you've been contributing again. Have you had time yet to reflect on how good a season it's been personally?
You always try and reflect game by game on how you played and what you can do better. But on the season as a whole, obviously I know the numbers are the best, but probably not reflecting on the whole season and why that was my best season in terms of in front of goal. I think that has been my best season, to be honest, because for the last 7 months I feel like I've been at my best, you know. But yeah, I think obviously I'll probably reflect more on holiday on the beach, because it's been a long season, a lot of games for us, you know. When you're in Europe, it's just the schedule becomes relentless, and it'll be a deserved break for the boys because we worked really hard.
You're very coy in sharing your targets, not asking you to share them, but did you hit some, all, most?
No, I hit them this year. Yeah, I think I'll have a deserved break and deserved holiday, because when you set targets, you want to hit them. Sometimes you'll set targets that are probably a bit out of the zone that you might feel you can get to, but that wasn't the case this season. 18 goals is something that you offer me at the start, so you know, to bit your hand off. So yeah, really happy.
You mentioned Vards, 10 years as a Leicester player celebrated this week. It was only right, he got one today.
Yeah, the GOAT, man, he just always delivers for us, you know. He's just a goal scorer, a born goal scorer, and a world-class striker, you know. And I don't throw that term around lightly, but he is what he is, Premier League legend. When you've got him in your team, you've always got a chance, and he did today what he does and what Jamie Vardy does, and that's why he's so loved and adored amongst Leicester fans, yeah.
As a team, finished 4 games unbeaten, 8th in the table, a European semi-final. Lots to reflect on, lots of positives from this campaign, and I know you'll need the rest, but going into the next season, lots to take into it. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, if people are looking back and saying that we had a bad season and we're finishing 8th in a European semi-final, and Leicester are obviously on the up, because a few years ago, if you offered 8th in the Premier League to Leicester in a European semi-final, they'll bit your hand off. So it's all relative, you know. Obviously, we've been challenging for Champions League spots, but if we're being honest, probably overachieving with the budget and the finances we have here to challenge with the elite. So I think a season where we know we could have done better, and we look back on with probably a bit of hurt because of obviously losing in the semi-final and not qualifying for Europe. But realistically, if you look at it relatively, a positive season in terms of where the club's going. So yeah, but we look to bounce back and go again next year.
58 games, it's been a gruelling season. What's the plan now in terms of rest before you start thinking about the next one?
Yeah, well, it's so important to recharge the batteries, because if you look at the starts of season that some players sometimes have, or teams have, when they've gone far in European competitions, or even players that go on international duty when they go to the World Cup or Europe, sometimes they can have a slow start to the season because they didn't get to recharge. So it's very important you have your downtime, you go on holiday, you relax with your family, all the stuff that you get almost starved of during the season, because it's so. A lot of people don't realise the schedule, what it's like in terms of how many games we play and how much time we spend away from our family and not resting and constant travelling, and it's very gruelling. 58 games, you said. So it's very important to recharge the batteries and be ready and fresh for pre-season, just for the motivation and the hunger side of it to want to go again. Yeah.
You mentioned family. You came onto the field before the game with your young son. You've walked around the field with him after the game to thank the fans. How special a moment is that for you personally?
Yeah, these moments are priceless. He's actually, I can hear him crying at the minute. But yeah, these moments are priceless. Like, becoming a father is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I love my son so much. And just to carry him out and to spend moments with obviously my girlfriend and my family on the pitch after is moments you'll look back on, the moments that are bigger than football, you know, because family is the most important thing.
And to thank the fans on the back of a win, it made for a really good end to the season, a nice feel-good atmosphere to leave on. Yeah,
brilliant. Again today, the fans were obviously almost a bit of a dull-looking game if you looked at the fixtures, because it'd be one of them games that will probably be towards the end of match of the day, just because of the nature of both teams having nothing to play for. But they made it loud, they made it brilliant. They've been brilliant all season, to be honest. Away from home, at home, I really wanted to go out with a win for them, so we could enjoy the moment after. If you lose, sometimes it's a few more empty seats and stuff. But just to thank them for staying to applaud afterwards, and thank them for the long yards they've travelled. Europe and the cup competition just been brilliant. So a big thank you.